Hi, I'm Wells. I'm a third year medical student of the University of Ibadan, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you a 9-step framework that will help you cover a reasonable chunk of the Jamb syllabus within 1 month and remember most of this by the time you're writing your exam. If you're a 2022 Jamb candidate, you have a little over 1 month before your exam, but if you are seeing this video in the subsequent years and you have more than 1 month before your exam, I would advise to not wait for 1 month before your exam before you start studying, because studying for an exam like Jamb in 1 month can be a lot stressful. So if you have more than 1 month, you should watch the video I'll link up here or somewhere in the description below to see how to study when you have sufficient time. But if 1 month is all you have, I'm going to be showing you how you can make the best use of this 1 month, how you can study faster, and how you are going to retain most of these things by the time of your exam. Before I go into this 9-step framework, I quickly want to answer some questions you probably have. Is 1 month enough to score above 300, or how high can I score by studying for 1 month? I would say it largely depends on about 4 factors. One is how much you already know. Second is how hard you can study within the 1 month. The next is how easy you can assimilate, and the fourth is how favorable your exam is. There's a friend of mine I met in UI. He's an electrical engineering student. He told me he studied for just 2 weeks and he scored exactly the same score I had, 323. If I had studied for 2 weeks, then I doubt if I would have been able to score about that range. So this video is not exactly about how to score this particular score, but it's about how to use the remaining time you have left in the most effective possible way, and how to study as much as you can within this way and genuinely know those things you study. So let's go into the steps. Step 1 is to get yourself together. There's a high probability that most of the people watching this video are going to be highly pressurized right now, but you need to know that this fear, this pressure, this panic is going to do you a lot harm than good, because you might sit on your table trying to study, but because your mind is just wandering about with panic of, oh, I still have literature I've not studied, I still have government I've not studied, I've not done past question, I've not covered like 1/3 of the Jamb syllabus, how am I going to do all this? What you have on table to study at that point in time, you will not even understand it. Before you know it, you are wasting your time and not gaining anything at all. So how do you deal with this fear? First is to acknowledge the fear. You should know that the pressure you are feeling is as a result of you considering the exam very important. You should draw a plan. When you draw a plan or derive a kind of schedule that you are going to use to study for the remaining days before your exam, and you can stick to this schedule, and as you progress you can see yourself improve, the fear is going to dissipate a little bit until it becomes negligible. So it is very, very important to draw a plan. And the third thing to overcome the fear is to live in the moment. As you are studying maybe chemistry, though you have physics and you have biology and you have math and you have other things to study, at that moment just forget about every other thing and let your mind be focused on this thing. Focus on what you have at that particular time and just ignore others. And have the mindset that if I give time to this and I read it, this is -1 from the others I have to do. 1 million minus 1 is less than 1 million. Before you know it, that little 1 is going to add up, and before you know it, you would have covered a whole lot of things. Step 2 is planning. Now that you've gotten yourself together, you should now plan an actual schedule of how you are going to be studying for the remaining 1 month. You should consider how much time you have. From now to your exam, how many days exactly do you have? Now you should also go to the Jamb syllabus and look at the topics you have there. You know, our goal here is not to complete every single topic of the Jamb syllabus, but to cover as many as you possibly can. So you can try to pick some topics first and focus on them before you go to others, or you could just follow the sequential order of the Jamb syllabus and study as many as you possibly can. Also, for Jamb past question, you are studying late, it is very important you include Jamb past question in your plan, because Jamb past question covers almost all the topics, right? From Jamb past question you could learn a few things that you may not be able to study directly from the textbook. One thing that is very, very important is that you need to stick with your plan. I made a video on how to motivate yourself to study harder for your exam, and I think the video is very important to watch. Watch the video before you come back to this one, because I don't want to keep saying some of the things I've said there here again. Make your plan actually specific. you could make a plan that on every specific day I'm going to be spending at least 4 hours studying. That's the least I'm going to be spending studying, and on each day I'm going to be studying 2 different topics from 2 different subjects, and I'm going to be solving 2 different years of past questions. Just make something, be sincere with yourself. It's about you actually. Don't give too much than you can handle, because if you have too much work than you can actually handle, it is going to scare you and you will eventually do nothing. And one more thing I should also say about your planning is that try to mix your practice. Mixed practicing is one common study technique that is scientifically proven. On each day, do not have people have come to my DM to ask me, should they just study biology and study till they finish it, then they will now start Jamb and study till it finishes. That's a very bad strategy to go about it. Instead, on each specific day, try to do, you could read half a topic of CRK, half a topic of literature, and for past question, you could do economics and government. Later in this video, I'm going to be talking about different ways you can actually speed up your studying, so you are going to be able to cover more than you normally would be able to cover within this period of time. Tip number 3 is to increase your study duration and remove distraction. I remember when I was preparing for Jamb, just like you, I would tell myself, when I don't want to study that, it is better I suffer for the remaining 1 month or 2 months before my exam than to suffer staying at home for the next 365 days. But actually, I've changed this mentality, because in medical school we are going to be studying, we study a lot, and we are going to be studying even after medical school. So studying should not be suffering. So I'm trying to find a way to make studying more enjoyable for myself. But if this mentality is going to help you too during this period of time, you should maybe employ it. During this period of time, remove all the distraction that is in your way. Delete your games, delete your social media, delete your movies. Take your phone and smash it on the ground, throw it into the river. Don't do that. Alright, so basically you should remove most of the things that distracts you and leave a little that you can use to unwind when you finish studying. But if you can control yourself with the distraction, it's okay. You don't have to delete any of your thing, and you don't have to smash your phone. Number 4 is to do all of this with a friend. If you can get a friend who is also serious and determined about acing this Jamb, then you should find the person and make the person your study partner, so you can motivate yourself, you can help yourself, as I'm going to be explaining how you can do that. Just ensure that the person you'll be picking as your study partner is as serious or even more serious than you. Don't pick someone that is unserious, because they can affect you with that energy. You can meet your friends physically. If not, you can also meet people online. In fact, you can meet someone from the comment section. Just say, I will need a study partner. But it's anytime you realize that your relationship, your study relationship, is doing you more harm than good, it is okay to just separate the study relationship. You need to be sincere with yourself. You could just stop studying with the person, talk to the person that I don't think I'm gaining from this relationship. Step number 5 is to study and learn things faster. So how do you achieve this? For every subject or for every topic you want to read, you should try to have a baseline knowledge of that particular topic before you sit down to read it. And how can you achieve this? You can by attending a tutorial. In tutorial, they can explain things to you, and when you eventually get down to study it by yourself, you find it easier. But you need to be sincere with yourself again. If you realize that you are not learning anything from the tutorial, maybe because the tutors have gone way further than you are not even gaining anything, or you feel like if you spend your time studying, you are going to gain much more than you are in the tutorial, then you should stop wasting the time you don't have enough of already. Find something else to do. The second one is to find online resources. So if tutorial is not working, and you can even find it even while attending tutorial, there are so many good online resources on YouTube. You could find videos to particular topic you want to study, or articles that explain them in the very simplified manner. Or when you read these articles or watch these short videos, it could give you a general overview of what that thing is about, and by the time you get to study it by yourself, you do not spend too much time studying. And the third one, which is like very important, teach your partner and be taught. You and your partner can decide, okay, today you are going to read this particular topic and you are going to read this particular topic. Then you will come and explain your topic to me, I will explain mine to you. That doesn't mean you will not eventually go back and read what your partner explained to you. But let me tell you how this is a mutualistic relationship, and so we are going to benefit a lot. The person that is teaching the other actually benefit a little more, because by the time you are trying to teach someone something, you organize it in the best order. As you are teaching the person, you will even realize gaps in knowledge, then you can go back to your book and reconnect it. When you are teaching your friend, you are learning a lot and you're also helping him. So your friend that is being taught is going to find it easier to read that topic when he gets to read it. And with your study partner, there are past questions you are going to find that you don't have answers to. You could just send it to the person, or let's come together and let's solve this past question. Then try to do the corrections together. Number 6 is be immersed in your work. Between now and your exam, you should be thinking about what you've studied even when you are not studying, when you are doing something else entirely. When you spend your time immersed in something, our brain has no choice than to just focus on that thing and consider it very important that it pays so much attention to it, works on it even while we are asleep. And the way you can make your brain work on all those things is by immersing yourself in the work. Let things you see around you, let them remind you of what you've studied, and most of the time you'll be realizing, I've forgotten this thing. Just go to that specific part. You don't have to read the whole textbook all together again. Just go to that specific part and check it. Step number 7 is past question and spaced repetition. I would advise you use mixed past question, like the normal past question, because each of past question has various topics. It has questions from topics you've not read, it has questions from topics you've just read, and questions from topics you will still read. So questions from topics you just read, they are questions you should definitely know how to answer, because of course you just read them. About topics you've not read, trying to even answer topics you've not read is going to help you, because by the time you're actually reading that topic and you've seen a particular question, when you are reading that part of that question, your mind just pays attention to that solution because it is a problem it has once encountered. And for topics you've read long before, you're going to be meeting that, and this is also going to help you to always refresh back to that topic. Do you get it? So by solving past questions, things you just read now, you are practicing it. Things you've read before, you will ensure not to forget it, and things you are going to read in the future, it will help you focus on it. Number 8 is to stay healthy. As you prepare for your exam, try to sleep very well at night, take breaks in between studying, and do things you actually enjoy. Eat well and all those good stuff. And lastly, involve God in everything. You know, as human, there's a limit to what we can actually do, and that is why we need the ultimate being to help you. You should keep praying. You should start praying and keep praying. Pray that your exam be favorable. Okay, that's the end of the video. If you made it to the end of the video, then thumbs up to you. I wish you great success in your exam, and I'm really interested in hearing your stories. You can follow me on Instagram at this. If you have any question, please use the comment section below. And how come I forgot to ask you to subscribe? If you are not subscribed yet, please do. And also like this video to boost the algorithm. And if you have a friend who you think might also find this video helpful, please don't be selfish, share the video with the person. Thank you for watching.